INFPs, this is Amanda, and in today's video, I want to talk about to-do lists. So, to-do lists are one of the most basic productivity tools there are for organizing and moving through your day and getting what you need to get done. But for INFPs, they can cause a surprising amount of frustration, and they're actually not a tool that we use all that well. And there's a reason why that is, right? So if you think about the basics of a to-do list, right? You sit down at the beginning of your day or possibly even the night before, and you think about everything that you would like to do that day. And you simply write those things down. And maybe if you're being like a to-do list overachiever, you might even write them in some sort of a priority order, right? And then it's supposed to be very simple, right? Where you simply go through your list and do those items. And, when you finish them, you get to check them off or cross them off or whatever. And you get that sense of completion and it directs you through your day and you're getting the things done that need to get done. Well, where INFPs tend to run into trouble with this is that making a to do list, is a mental activity where you're using your thinking to sort of think out your day in advance, right? So when you sit down to make that list, you're sort of projecting into the future. Here's what needs to get done, right? Here's what will move me forward. These things are like absolutely must get done, and these things maybe they're more of like a nice to get done sort of thing. But either way, you're thinking your way through your day and writing this all out in advance. So basically, the problem that INFPs have with that is when you go to move through that list, sometimes even though you thought about them in advance and they seemed right at the moment, they don't feel right to do as you're going through the list. And that will stop you because INFPs like to feel connected emotionally to what it is they're doing. Or we like for something to feel right as we do it. Um, and so the list essentially is too constraining for us because we've had to come up with it in advance, and not based on our feeling or our intuition, but based on more mental activity, more intellectual activity. Yeah, and basically you start to go through this list and you get stopped because you don't have the feelings to get these things done. A lot of times, right, when you're making a to-do list, something that can happen, and the reason why there may be a disconnect between what you're thinking needs to get done and what you really feel needs to get done as you go through your day, is that sometimes we sit down and we bring like shoulds into our list, right? So, we're using some sort of criteria to make this list based on what we think we should be doing, even if that may not actually be right for us. But it's just very easy to get into that space when you're trying to think your way forward. The other thing that a to-do list really prevents you from doing is making a present moment decision based on what your intuition is telling you would be a good thing to do, or what feels right. Sometimes that list is just too constraining, and we almost feel like we're beholden to it in a certain way, like we can't break free from it. But I know for myself, when I'm moving through my day, I often use a process. I just call this the what's next process, which is making a present moment decision to just pick my next activity. Um, and then I don't have to pick something again until I've done that activity. And that's how I move through my day, through a series of present moment decisions based on what feels right to me and what my intuition is telling me. So that in a nutshell is the problem with to-do lists for INFPs. It seems like a really simple tool, On the surface, it seems like it should work well and it should move you forward and keep you organized and yeah, just keep you moving. But it actually restricts movement for INFPs. And instead of being a tool to help us be more productive, it's like a tool that just gets us stuck. Now, I would love to hear from any INFPs who actually use to do lists well, right? So if you're someone out there, if you're an INFP out there and you love your to do list and you write it down and it works great for you, please leave a comment and share your experience because I would love to hear that. And also, too, I would certainly love to hear if you're more like me and you're an INFP or even a similar type and you also have troubles with to-do lists and actually walking through them and being productive. I would love to hear that experience as well. I think that's more often than the case than not. But if there's an INFP out there watching this and you just love your to-do list, I would love to hear from you. So if this video caught your eye today and you enjoyed it and you like other INFP content, consider joining my For INFPs newsletter. It's resources, news, and tips for INFPs. And you also get my free Productivity for INFPs mini course after joining. There will be a link below this video for you to sign up for that, and I hope to see you there. All right, guys, that's it for to-do lists today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.